All right, you guys, welcome back into another One Piece video. Today, we're here to play some more prediction bingo. So, just in case this is your first time, maybe even last time tuning into one of these videos, how this works is that we like to throw out 9 guesses and or predictions as to what we could see in the upcoming chapter of One Piece. This is all for good fun and games. This video is mainly to jumpstart the conversation about the next chapter and to hype ourselves up. But of course, like I said, this is all fun and games, man. You know, some people take this way too seriously. You know, some people come back and they're like, oh, Sai, you only got 1 correct. You're washed. And it's like, brother, you try predicting One Piece chapters, man. Oda is a very
unpredictable author.
Man, he goes off the walls with some of these. So, real quick, but before we start making guesses as to what we could see in chapter 1154, I do like to go through last week's guesses to see which ones we got correct and which ones we got completely wrong. So, this right here is 1153's predictions, and you know what? We ended up doing pretty okay in my book, right? We got 2 out of 9 correct here. So let's just go through that real quick. So first up, my first prediction was that we would get multiple time jumps. Of course, I put 2 minimum. I did not realize how silly this sounded until afterwards. But yes, we got multiple time jumps. So that one is a hit. Next up, I said Mother Carmel or Kureha. We did not get that one. Next, I said Gorse. Parentheses, Warcry, we did not get that. New Holy Knights, we did not get that. But guess what we did get? Harden and Loki's mother. So that is another hit right there. My 6th prediction was that Harold would get humbled. And I would have gotten this right if I did not say fight. If I didn't say fight right there, we would have had another hit. But of course, because I put that stipulation on it, we do not get that one. Next, I said we could see a panel of Emu. That did not happen. The other one said Harold's brother dash partner, which I'm surprised he didn't have one. You know, most giants come in pairs. Harold was kind of the odd man out. He did not have a brother or partner, and that's actually kind of shocking, right? Besides the bingo aspect of it, this right here, very surprising. And then right here, I put ancient history, which we did not end up getting. So for this week, we only got 2 out of 9. But like I said, when it comes to One Piece, we're not going for like a full bingo every single week, right? That would be really tough, right? Unless we're making like really easy guesses, like, oh, Harold's gonna be in the chapter, you know, Loki's in the chapter, Harden's in the chapter, we're gonna see Elbaf. Unless we make very easy predictions, we're probably not gonna get a bingo for a while. So now, going on to 1154 predictions. Let me see here. Do I have this all ready to go? Okay, we do. Look at that. Beautiful. You know, you're watching me try to do Photoshop here. It's kind of sad. So my first prediction for 1154, I have a list right here. And also, I pulled up some of your guys' comments as well. So how this is going to work from here on out is that I will make 6 predictions on my own. And then I'll go through the comment section of the previous video and I'll pull out 3 random predictions that you guys made too. So, my first guess is that, here, look at this. Harold meets the Holy Knights. I know. I said this last week, but here's the thing. This is a canon event. At some point, Harold will have to meet the Holy Knights. We don't know which Holy Knights he's going to meet. You know, he could meet Shamrock, he could meet Sommers, he could meet more that we haven't seen yet, but he will meet Holy Knights eventually. We ended off 1153 with Harold being stonewalled by the world government. I would be shocked if he does not run into the world government next chapter. So that's my first guess. I'm going to throw that up there with the badge of pride. Next up, this is kind of a dicey one, but Big Mom meets, I'll put dash C's, Loki. So as it stands, Big Mom is currently in Elbaf. We know, thanks to the Giants, that 1 year after Loki is born, Yorl gets killed by Big Mom in Elbaf, and that gets attributed to Loki's curse. So because Big Mom and Mother Carmel are on this island, I do think that Big Mom will meet or see Loki. Of course, Loki's a baby, so I doubt Big Mom's gonna like walk up to him and say, hey, Loki, let's, handshake or something. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think Big Mom will meet or hear or see Loki. I think that will take place. Next up, this is gonna get kind of dark, but Ida saves Loki. So, of course, iconic panel coming out of 1153, but we did have Estrid throwing Loki off the Sun Realm. Estrid does not like Loki. She's scared of his eyes. She says, hey, tell the king I didn't even have a baby today. It's crazy. Ida is not like Estrid. I could totally see Ida going up to the castle or maybe even seeing Loki in the Sun Realm, and she helps him. Maybe Estrid tries to attack Loki again, and Ida blocks the attack, kind of like Shanks blocking a Kainu. Maybe Ida does that. But yeah, I think Ida is going to be the perfect mom for Loki. The mom that Loki, unfortunately, was not born to. So next, I don't know how big of a time jump we're going to get. But if we do get really wacky, if we get more Loki flashback, and if we keep on aging his ass up, I could easily see us seeing Rox D. Zebek. I don't think it'll be a full reveal. I think if Rox makes an appearance, it's going to be silhouetted again. I don't know when Oda's planning on releasing Rox's design, but we do know, canon event, that Rox D. Zebek is integral to Loki's backstory. Loki idolizes Rox D. Zebek, so we could very well see him next chapter, depending on how far Oda goes in this flashback, right? Next up, for my 5th prediction, wait a minute. Do I want to put this right here? Okay, I'll just do it. YOLO. We don't really care that much, right? Emu panel. Just like how Rox D. Zebek is a canon event, just like how Herald meeting the Holy Knights is a canon event, Emu is also another canon event. Emu knows about King Herald. Emu knows that King Herald blundered, yada yada. So there is a genuine chance we could get some dialogue from Emu. I don't know if Emu will meet Herald next chapter, but I think Emu could hear about Herald, and then maybe Emu tells the Holy Knights or the Gorosei, hey, go get me the King of Elbaf. I think that could be on the table. So yes, I'm going to double back and drop the Emu panel here. It's funny because, let me see, last week I said Holy Knights and Emu panel, and I'm kind of repeating it here, but I do think it will happen. It's a matter of when rather than if, in my opinion. Next up, this is more abstract, and we might not know if we get this right away off of next chapter, but I do think we will see Herald's real killer soon. All right, so this one's a little bit tougher because we don't know all the details yet, and I doubt we'll get all the details next chapter, but I think we will see whoever kills Herald. If Emu is the one who Domi reverses Herald and that's how he gets killed, then technically Emu would count for this one. But I also think it could be like another Holy Knight. Like if a Holy Knight kills Herald and we see him next chapter, that could count. I don't know if I'd count Loki in this because that one's kind of just on the nose. But yeah, I think whoever causes the King Herald incident is what I'm looking for. Maybe I could word this better, but of course you guys see how much room I'm working with right here, so I don't want to get too in-depth. But yes, Herald's killer is what I put in. Actually, can I put this in quotation marks? Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, Herald's killer. Whatever causes Herald to die that day, we will see the start of it next chapter. So next up, I got some community ones. Like I said, I went through the previous video. I pulled some comments that I really enjoyed, or maybe even just things that I thought could happen, and I'm dropping it here. So first one, somebody said, this is going to be tough because, of course, this would require another giant time skip, but somebody said we could see Shanks and Herald meet. Of course, this is a good stock one because this is going to happen. Shanks and Herald do know each other, so that could happen next chapter, but we just don't know how long the King Herald flashback is going to go on, right? There is a very good chance that we do not get a time skip, and we do actually stay 63 years in the past, which would be kind of crazy. But yeah, Shanks and King Herald could very well meet next chapter. Next up, somebody said that Loki beats up Hardin. So we saw glimpses of this back when Hardin was talking about Loki, but we could see more of it here, and it could reinforce the whole notion of Hardin hating Loki, which, you know, it's a mixed bag, right? People are saying Hardin's being a little brat, but I mean, you know, I kind of get it, right? You got this little brother, not from your mom. Your little brother lives in the castle. His mom lives in the castle, and he's over here beating you up day in, day out. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like Loki too, right? But yeah, Loki beating up Hardin was one comment I saw. And for the next comment, they say Loki displays... Oh, sorry, I spelled that wrong. Loki displays... let's put immense hockey. I think the comment specifically said that Loki would display conquers hockey when he cries, if I recall correctly. But I'll just put displays immense hockey. I think that could happen. I mean, Loki, as a baby, has already tanked a crazy fall into the underworld. If you're telling me that he cries goo goo gaga and conquers hockey blasts out of him, would we really be shocked? I mean, it would be cool, it would be surprising, but it wouldn't be shocking, you know what I mean? Loki having crazy conquers, yeah, okay, give it to him, brother, give it to him. But yes, those are my predictions and your guys' predictions for the next chapter of One Piece. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Last time around, we got 2 out of 9 correct. This time, let's aim for 3. Is that too much to ask for? Let me see, if I had to put prediction numbers on all of these, or percentages, I did this last time around, but if I had to put percentages, Herald meeting the Holy Knights, I think this has a really high percentage. I'm not even joking, brother. I'm going to put this at 100%. I am so confident that Herald is going to meet these guys. Why is the text not red? Am I crazy? There we go. Yeah, I'm putting this at 100%. So as far as Big Mom meeting Loki, I'm not as confident in this one. I will admit. Like I said, Big Mom is there, but I'm not super confident. I'd give this one like a 40% chance. Ida saving Loki, I'm pretty high on that one. I say 90%. Roxy Syvduck, I'm super low on. I'm going to put that at 20%. Because like I said, that would require a giant time skip. Emu panel... emu panel. Yeah, so last week I was really confident in this, but now I'm not as confident. So let's do 35%. Yeah, 35%. Harold's real killer. I'm gonna be honest. I think Oda does a really good job of hyping up killers and hiding killers in the background. I put that at 75%. I feel pretty good about that one. Shanks and Harold meeting. I'm gonna put this at the same percentage as Roxy Syvduck, but a little bit higher actually. Let's do 25% on that one. Loki beating up Hardin. Let's do damn, Loki beating up Hardin. I feel good about that one. Let's do 80%. And then as far as a hockey display from Loki, if he's a baby, I mean, he's a baby, right? We have seen people unleash Conquerors hockey and hockey in general without even knowing what it is. So I think that one's pretty high too. But let's put this one at 70% just to be different. But yeah, that's at 70. But yeah, there it is, y'all. Those are my predictions for One Piece chapter 1154. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. I think it's fun because I saw people playing this as well, like dropping like 9 predictions. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, just remember, y'all, this is all fun and games. I can't believe I have to say that, but last video, some people are like, Sai, some of these are wrong. Like, how dare you? It's like, brother, I'm not Oda. You know, like, I'm not Oda. I never said I was. You know, I'm just a guy enjoying the series, man. But again, let me know all your thoughts down below. I would love to hear it. And hopefully you guys had a great break week. It kind of flew by, huh? What is it? Dude, it's already Saturday. Wait, no, it isn't. No, it's Friday. Sorry. You know, the days are melding in my mind. It's the 4th of July right now. This video should be up today. If not, then it's currently Saturday and I failed myself. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe until the next chapter and see y'all then. Peace out.